the names. Strike our light herder.
Lady Selesnya.
Together we are Celestial Strike. Woo! We're back. Y'all, we are live on Twitch right now. Doing our podcast. So shout out to Celestials holding it down. But y'all that are watching on YouTube, appreciate you. If you could please like
and subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel, comment below, all the fun things. Y'all, I'm throwing the link to the deck right here in the Twitch chat as we speak, so everybody can follow along if you're following going around live. If you're on the YouTube, the link for this deck is down below, and the deck in question is King Darien, the XLVIII.
That means something.
There's something that means.
It means
so I don't know exactly what it means, but
that's okay.
Y'all,
because we know what the card does.
Where my Roman numeral people at, y'all?
Yeah.
Where my Roman numeral people at? So as you see, King Darien XLVIII. Whatever that means.
We'll just call him King Darien for short.
We can go with King Darien for right now.
He's got this whole Gerard Butler thing going on.
That's what I'm saying. He's got a little something going on.
Sexy.
Yeah, he's got a little something going on, you know? So, y'all, with this guy, he is a 1 and a Selesnya, so a green and a white for a 2/3 legendary human soldier. Other creatures are going to get +1/+1 passively with him. Now, here's the fun part. The activated ability is 3 and a green-white. You put a 1/1 counter on King Darien, and then create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. So, as we were just talking about, it's already going to have that +1/+1 buff already. And then you can sacrifice King Darien if you want to. Creature tokens you control gain hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. So if someone tries to board wipe you, they are not going to be able to do it. So,
sorry
awesome.
About ya.
So, but Nicholas up in the chat, awesome Celestial. He's
48.
He's letting us know it is in fact
the 48th.
48.
Nice. Thanks, Ob.
King Darien.
Appreciate ya.
The 48th.
48th. So there were 48 King Dariens that went before.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. I wonder if you can get 48 tokens in honor of the king's past.
That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Y'all.
Something to shoot for.
As you can probably guess, this whole deck is going to be built around 1/1 counters and tokens. So that's hence why the deck is called Tokens Are Coming. Like winter's coming, but it's tokens.
But it's tokens.
You get that?
He has a very Game of Thrones.
I saw him and I was like, that dude is a Stark.
We're really into the House of Dragon.
Right like, now. Hello.
So
let us know what you think of House of Dragons in the comment too. But y'all, without further ado, let's hop into just some things, how we built the deck, ideas and whatnot. Like I said, we're just throwing it out there. If you like it, that's great. If you don't, send it right back.
Sure.
Yell at us. Just mash the thumbs down button. Just get on social media and be like, these Celestials true.
I mean,
or you could be nice.
Yeah, it's fine.
And do the opposite.
It's fine.
Or if you don't like it, just don't. Thumbs down.
Let's get into the deck.
Anyway, let's start with some mana rocks. It's usually a pretty important part. You get into the whole flow of everything. You're gonna get your mana going.
You gotta
ramp up. So the mana rocks, very, very important. You can kind of go with whatever you want, mana rocks wise, but there's some staples that we feel you should include in your deck. So like Soul Ring, just is kind of like
should be in any deck that you own.
Like I almost didn't put it in there because it's so obvious that pretty much any EDH deck, you throw Soul Ring in there. I mean, it's been reprinted enough times to where it's not expensive, right? So this budget-ish deck, I probably should have explained that before. This is under $100. So you can build this entire deck for under $100. I think it's $99.86. So with tax maybe over, but anyway, you will have.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, we won't include tax. Anyway, so Soul Ring, you got to put it in there. Arcane Signet, 1 mana of any color, you got to do it, right? Commander Sphere is really awesome. You get that 1 mana of your color, Commander color's identity, just like Signet, but you can sack it later in the game and draw cards, so it's really nice for some extra card draw right there. So I think that those are probably the staples.
Just solid manner. I mean, you can obviously put more in, but those are the ones that you really should be sure to include.
Completely up to you on the rocks, but, you know, I think that those are probably the staples. That's kind of what we were feeling like, but...
For sure.
So, moving right along, let's talk about the artifacts that are included in here. Last week we were talking about Joda, and there was one artifact that we put in there. That's pretty rare to have just one normal artifact in a deck that we build most of the time, but we have some more, Lady C. You want to walk us through these?
Yes. So we've got Cellar Door. It costs 2. So for 3 and to tap it, target player puts the bottom card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. If it's a creature card, you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. Then you've got Pennon Blade for 3. It's an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control with an equip cost of 4. And then we have Spear of Heliad for 1 and 2 white. It's a legendary enchantment artifact. Creatures you control get +1/+1. And then you also have the ability for 1 and 2 white and to destroy target creature that dealt damage to you this turn.
Yeah, so a little bit of protection as well with the Heliad, but also the passive buff. And this is not an expensive card. I want to say this is like $2 or something like that. Let me just confirm that, but I'm almost 1,000%. Yeah, it's $1.79. So I mean,
can't beat that.
You got to put this one in there. That's a great card. More artifacts.
Yes, Raiders Carve, an artifact vehicle. It's a 4/4. Whenever Raiders Carve attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped, and it is a crew cost of 3.
Yep.
Scepter of Celebration for 2 and a green. It's an artifact equipment where the equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has trample. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Equip cost of 3. And then we have the Moon Silver Spear for 4. It is an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has first strike. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying with an equip cost of 4. All very, very nice, valuable artifacts for sure.
So, token creators, buffing to just buff in general, the ramp with the Raiders Carve or Crave, whatever it's called, and I mean, those artifacts right there. Obviously, you can kind of throw whichever other ones in there that you feel in your heart, but those to us seem like the correct place. I mean, it's exactly what you'd want. As far as how everything goes, y'all are like, there wasn't enough removal and control in the last deck that y'all did. What's up with that?
More removal,
we
more
need
control.
More cowbell removal control. So we added some more into this one because it just seemed like it was a little bit more fitting. I was trying to jam all the legends I could into the legend tribal with Joda. This one, however, just seems like a little bit more. I can have some control / protection, remove some threats and all that stuff. So first up, Swords to Plowshares. It's the best 1-drop removal in the game, in my opinion. You exile target creature, its controller gains life equal to its power. Banishing Stash. Actually pay 2 white. You can destroy up to 1 target artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. So if someone swings out at you, you can throw this little guy out there on your turn. Then, if you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. So you get a little extra flavor on top of removing someone's cards. And then ram through. This is really awesome if you have trample because you get to do excess damage. So for 1 and a green, you do target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. If the creature you control has trample, excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. So if you kill something and you have trample with your creature, you're already going to do the excess damage, and then you can go ahead and swing out afterwards if you want to. So yes. I like it. Other removal cards. This is technically a creature as well, but the adventure spell for Guardian Naga, it is a 2 and a white, and you get to exile target artifact or enchantment. So what is that one called? Banishing Coils. Yes. So fun stuff. Elspeth Conquers Death is a great white removal. So you pay 3 and 2 white, and it's for a 5 total. You exile target permanent an opponent controls with mana with converted mana cost 3 or greater. And then the second saga, non-creature spells your opponent's control are going to cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. And then the third one, you're actually going to reanimate a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to the battlefield. You can put a 1/1 counter on it or a loyalty counter if it's a planeswalker. So Elspeth's she doing work. She does work. She does a lot of work. Lady C. Everybody's wondering where the control at? You know what I mean? Like, where the control at?
Ooh, bound in gold. Mean. So enchant permanent, it can't attack, block, or crew vehicles, and its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities for 2 and a white. And then for 1 and 2 white, you have Sigrid, God-favored legendary creature, human warrior. It has flash, first strike, protection from god creatures. When Sigrid, God-favored, enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target attacking or blocking creature until Sigrid leaves the battlefield.
Yep, so you gotta love that. And the flash is the biggest part, because, you know, hey, someone's attacking you, you can just be like, hey, boom, Sigrid's out there, exiled. So even if it dies later, like if Sigrid dies, that's great and all, or whatever, you at least control the threat for the time being. And I think that is very important whenever you're playing Magic, because you can hit a crackback, boom, easy. So, unfortunately for our control lovers, those were the only 2 cards that
that's it?
That I threw in
only
there for control style.
Only 2.
However, here's where it gets fun. Here's where it gets exciting. Y'all, we're going to talk about the fun combos. And really, usually when we do this section, there's really only one so far. That's like the main one. Obviously, there's other combos that you can do as well, but like the main ones is what we really like to hit on. So like with this one in particular, here's the obvious combo. You get a little... Oh, wait, this is not the combo, y'all. This is not the combo. Is it in this one? Oh my goodness, looky there. It completely destroyed our whole thing. So, without visual representation, I'll tell you the combo. You have King Darien out there, and then you want to have Cathar's Crusade, which is on this page right here, as you can see. It's 3 and 2 white. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. So you want to have that and King Darien out there, right? Then you want to have Master Chef, which doesn't have visual representation right now, but it's 2 and a green. It's a legendary enchantment background, so you just throw it into your deck. Commander creatures you own have this creature enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it, and other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on them. So you get Master Chef out there for already, you get the 1/1 counters when something enters. Then you get Cathar's Crusade, that's already going to give 1/1 counters whenever something enters. So you're just like boom, boom, boom. You do that activated ability with King Darien, putting tokens onto the battlefield and adding a counter to King Darien. It gets way out of control.
Crazy.
So that is like the combo in this. So if you can get those 3 cards out onto the battlefield, it's pretty much GG's for the opponent. So sorry that I didn't have, I swear that I did that. I guess one of the image sources did all this things, but y'all.
Technology.
Anyway, let's get into the meat, if you will, and that is going to be your synergy.
We have the meats.
The meats. So just like Arby's, we have the meats of synergy, and this is really where you win your games, right? These are all your win cons. This is how you get the deck to move together. Hence, synergy. Lady C, take a look at some of these synergetic. Is that a word? Synergetic?
It is now.
I'm making it a word, damn it. Synergy creatures. Go ahead.
Soul Warden, y'all. This is one of my favorite turn 1 plays. It's just a 1-drop white 1/1 creature human cleric. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life.
You want to know the goated turn 1 play? The goated turn 1 play. Check this out. Soul Ring into Arcane Signet into Soul Warden. Right?
That's intense. That you have to have the perfect hand to get that,
Yeah.
but that's pretty nice. Then we have Speaker of the Heavens for another 1-drop creature, human cleric with vigilance and lifelink. If you tap it, you can create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying, but you can only activate this ability if you have at least 7 more life than your starting life total, and only anytime you could cast a sorcery. So with Soul Warden, if you can get your life total pumped up, then you can start creating 4/4 white angel creature tokens, which is nice.
That's huge.
Then we've got Usher of the Fallen, another 1 white drop. It's a 2/1 creature spirit warrior, and then you has a boast cost of 1 and 1 white, and you can create a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. Yeah.
So, and notice that all of these are very cheap spells. So not only cheap cards, but cheap spells. This is a aggro. You're going to get this stuff super quick, right? You get the creatures out there, you overwhelm your opponent, you get 1/1 counters on stuff. That's where it is, right? And, if you can get, like we were talking about, Cathar's Crusade out there, if you can get that going and you're putting tokens onto the battlefield and you have the passive pump from King Darien, game over, y'all. Game over.
Damn.
Lady C. I got some other ones.
Synergy creatures. Code Spell Cleric. Another cheap white 1-drop for a 1/1 human cleric with vigilance. When he enters the battlefield, if it was the second spell you cast this turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. So nice little pump. That's lots of value right there.
Oh, yeah.
For 1 and a white, we have the Clarion Spirit. It's a 2/2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. So if you have those 2 Code Spell Cleric and the Clarion Spirit together, you've got some synergy going on there. And then for another 1 and a white, we have a Resolute Reinforcements. It is a human soldier with flash.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token.
Oh, yeah. Very fun.
Token. You guys, we're getting lots of tokens.
Yeah, I don't know if you sense a theme yet.
Remember that with our commander, King Darien. Creating the tokens, creating the 1/1s, buffing it up, getting a gazillion creatures on the battlefield, pumping said creatures, and swinging in for the win.
Oh, yeah. So that's kind of the gist of it, the long and short. Y'all, other synergy creatures. Kadira, Caller of the Small. It's small. So I will admit, a lot of these cards are my Kadira deck already, and I'm changing Kadira out for King Darien. So the thing is that for 1 and a green-white, you get a 3/3 Orc Ranger with Trample. Whenever it deals combat damage, you're actually going to put a token onto the battlefield for each token you control. So you're going to get a 1/1 white rabbit creature token for every token that you already have.
Dang.
So yeah, once you start building those tokens up and you just touch another player with Kadira, you're going to get so ridiculously, overwhelmingly huge on your board presence. And then if someone tries to board wipe you, you can sack King Darien, and creature tokens you control gain hexproof and indestructible tone of turn, if y'all recall that. So yeah, pretty awesome. Carefree Swine Master for 2 and a green. You get a 1/4 Gnome Ranger. That's right. Whenever Carefree Swine Master attacks, you're going to pay 2, so 1 and a green. If you do, you're going to create a 2/2 boar creature token that's tapped and attacking. So pretty awesome value there. Doomscar Oracle, when you cast your second spell each turn, you're going to gain 2 life. That is a 2 and a white to get them, but you can foretell them for just 1. So you can pay 2, exile it, and then pay it for its foretell cost. kind of like layaway, if you will. And that guy is a 3/2 as well. So, getting the synergy yet?
Synergy.
You're going to gain some life. Like, it's not like a life gain deck, but it has some. And then 1/1 counters, creature tokens. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Hanged Executioners, your next one. So it's 2 and a white for a 1/1 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying. You can also pay 3 and a white, exile Hanged Executioner, and then exile target creature. So very awesome value because
some removal.
Yeah, you hit it on the board. You get your value for creating your token and all that stuff, right? And then if someone's getting kind of hasty, if you will, you can pay your 4, exile a target creature, easy. Imperious Perfect, right? Perfect?
Imperious.
Perfect.
Perfect.
It says perfect, right?
It says perfect.
Yeah.
It's not prefect like in Harry Potter.
So for 2 and a green, you're going to get a 2/2 elf warrior. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1. That one I'm not as worried about, though there are some elves in here that will benefit from that. It's mainly this. You pay 1, tap it, and then you can create a 1/1 elf warrior creature token. So pretty nice.
Get them tokens.
This is a new one from the set. Queen Elenel of Rodok. For green and 2 white, you actually get a legendary elf noble. Its power and toughness is actually equal to the number of creatures you control. So if 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control, those tokens, you create those tokens plus a 1/1 white soldier creature token when they're created instead. So let me just try that one more time. It's a new card, so I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. If 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a 1/1 white soldier creature token are created instead.
Oh shit!
So
you get whatever it's going to be created, but then you also get another white.
Just one, right? Like, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm reading that right. You don't get double the tokens. You don't get double but there's no way.
No, you don't get double.
You get all those plus a 1/1.
They worded that it was a long walk for a short drink.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah. And so,
but because they worded that a little weird, unless I'm reading it incorrectly, but to me it said that you got all of those plus a white.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. And y'all let us know in the comments if we're wrong.
I don't think it would be double for not for that cost. I don't think it would be double.
I think if it was a double, it would be way more expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Not only in mana cost, but in like monetary value as well. So
yeah,
whatever. Anyway, we went over those. Lady C.
Yes. Selesnya Eulogist for 2 and a green is a centaur druid for a 3/3. That has the ability of pay 2 and a green, and you can exile target creature card from a graveyard, then populate.
Oh, yeah.
Which is creating a token that's a copy of a creature token you control.
Yep.
Nice. Slith Ascendant for 1 and 2 white. It's a 1/1 Slith with flying. Whenever Slith Ascendant deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. So, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Very awesome.
Nice. Tauren's Fist of the Angels for 1 and a green and a white. You get a 2/2 human cleric with training, which means that when he attacks with another creature with greater power, put a 1/1 counter on this creature.
Yep.
And then whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier creature token with training. Guys, so many tokens. And then each of those creature tokens that you take, that you create with him have training. So
they're just going to get buffed.
Cool.
Yep.
Super cool.
Stupid, crazy.
Stupid.
All right, check out these next ones, Lady C.
Blaring Recruiter. For 3 and a white, you get a 2/2 elf warrior. It partners with Blaring Captain.
Yeah, that one's no, that one's in a different color identity, so you just skip over that part.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay. So for 2 and a white, you can create a 1/1 white warrior creature token.
That's why it's in there.
We're creating those tokens. And I mean, he looks like he would fight in King Darien's army.
100%. 100%.
Sure.
And he's an elf, so that other card back over here, I think it was this one? No, it was this one. Imperious.
Perfect.
Perfect. You get a +1. So
very nice. Yeah. So then we've got Keeper of the Accord for 3 and a white. You get a 3/4 human soldier. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, which by the looks of this deck probably won't run and probably
it'd be
more
tough.
creatures. But and then at the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a basic plains card, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. That's insane.
Bingo. That's what you look for.
That's really good. You get some ramp out of it.
Yep.
And you might get to create some tokens with it if you get them out early.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we've got Phantom General for 3 and a white. You get a 2/3 Spirit Soldier. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1. Say what?
Hello.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
into it for
kind
sure.
of the whole point there. So yeah, gotta love that. Just so much synergy, so many tokens. Tokens are coming. Anyway.
Flying out at you everywhere.
So I just want to make sure we're on the right one.
Lots of synergy creatures. Lots of synergy creatures.
Other ones, it's pretty much the whole deck. Like usually we have like other creatures and stuff. This is the whole deck.
There's going to be so many. This is going to be one of those that you have to. There's going to be so many effects. This affects this. This affects this. This affects this. That it's going to be like you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
To make sure
you got to keep up with it all.
That you're getting yours. You know what I mean?
You're gonna see it in action in the after party. So those that are on
after party.
Anyway,
in case you didn't know, for YouTube, in case you didn't know, after we're live streaming on Twitch.
Yes.
After the podcast, we go on to Untap and we play with the deck that we created against fellow Celestials that are in our Discord.
Yep.
So we get to see how it runs, how it goes. So we did it last time. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. We're doing it again this week. So yeah.
Bob, I'm gonna save your chat here because I wanna get back to that too. So. On to the next ones. Oh, whoops, it's this one. Alhalaru, Solemn Ritualist for 4 and a white. You get a 3/3 human monk. Whenever it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures. Whenever a non-token creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it dies, create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying. So you're going to replace those. It has partner, but obviously it's in the deck, so that's not necessary. And then for 3 and a green and white, you get Drizzt Du Erden. It's a 3/3 elf ranger with double strike. When it enters the battlefield, you're going to create a legendary 4/1 green cat creature token, say that 5 times fast, with trample. Whenever a creature dies, if it had power greater than Drizzt's power, put a number of 1/1 counters on Drizzt equal to the difference. So very powerful.
Really interesting that token, the cat creature token, is named. Like most of them don't have a name, but it says create, and it looks like what's Guinevere, a
legendary 4/1. That usually legendary tokens have a name.
Oh well.
Uligard Ranger, 4 and a green. It's a 4/1 human elf ranger with reach. When it enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token.
Nice.
So
super cool.
Kind of the whole synergy thing, those things. Other synergy creatures. Squad Captain for 4 and a white. It's a 2/2 human soldier with vigilance. Squad Captain enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each other creature you control. And I don't know if y'all are getting it here, but there's going to be a lot of creatures because you're going to make a lot of tokens and all that. So whenever you cast this little puppy, you're going to get a lot of 1/1 counters. Wow.
Well,
go ahead.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna be huge.
Yeah, massive.
Or she. I don't know.
I believe it's, Tristani Discordant for 3 and a green and a white. You get a 3/4 legendary Dryad. Other creatures control get a +1/+1, so just keep adding buffs. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you're going to create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. And then at the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. So if someone steals something from you, you just get it back if you have the Discordant out there. And then we got my girl.
Oh no.
She's completed. She's looking and she's fine. She's got the booty in place. Alesh Norn Grand Cenobite.
Oh no.
5 and 2 white for a 4/7 legendary creature. Praetor has vigilance. Other creatures you control get +2/+2. Here's the super rude part. Creatures your opponents control get -2, -2.
So rude. So rude.
It doesn't get ruder than that.
And no.
At least in white, I feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's some really rude
It's like the
blue and black cards for sure.
That's like the rudest one you can find.
For sure.
Yeah, in white right there. So anyway, a couple more synergetic things. Synergy enchantments, Lady C.
Intangible Virtue for 1 and a white creature. Tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. That is an enchantment, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Ranger class for 1 and a green. So when it enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. You can level it up for another 1 and a green. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. So that's nice, get a little pump there. And then for 3 and a green, you can take it to level 3, and then you can look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. Very, very nice. Very powerful, the show. Wedding announcement for 2 and a white. At the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on wedding announcement. If you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Otherwise, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Then, if wedding announcement has 3 or more invitation counters on it, transform it.
Yeah. And whenever it transforms, so it doesn't let me do the transform part. I'd have to do it on like a whole nother slide. But when it transforms, it turns into Wedding Festivity. And it's just an enchantment that creatures you control have +1/+1. So it's just more pumps, which is, kind of the whole point. You get a bunch of creatures and they get super big. That's what she said, and you just swing in and get the dubs. So last little synergy enchantment, Mirari's Wake. It's 3 and a green white for an enchantment. Guess what? Creatures you control get +1/+1, but here's the even crazier part. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. So
you double your mana.
You get double mana.
Double your mana, double your fun.
Yeah, double your mana. So that is the craziness. That is the synergy of the whole kebab, if you will. So, and pretty much every single creature was synergy. So
there were some in there that we didn't mention. We have some ramp cards, some of your traditional ramp cards like Incubation Druid.
Oh, you know
Paradise Druid.
We didn't even
Elysian Caryatid.
Why don't we just go over ramp? Because I completely went. I just went way past ramp. Usually I start with this after Mana Rocks. And it was definitely Lady C's fault that we didn't do it.
Okay.
It was 100% Lady C, so make sure you yell at her in the Twitch chat and in the YouTube chat. But ramp cards, yes.
As I just
Paradise
said.
Druid for 1 and a green. You get 2/1 Elf Druid. Hexproof as long as it's untapped. Untap it for any mana of any color. Incubation Druid is a 1 and a green as well, 0/2 Elf Druid. You're going to tap it for and add 1 land of any color that a land you control would produce. And then, if it has a 1/1 counter on it, you're going to add an additional, 3 mana of that type instead. And so, to adapt it, you can pay 3 and 2 green to get 3 1/1 counters put on it.
Question.
Yes.
So, let's say we've got Incubation Druid out. And then we get King Darien out, and you get to put 1/1 counters.
No.
Oh wait, hold on. No, it says other creatures you control get +1/+1.
Not a +1/+1 counter.
Okay.
Way different.
Okay.
So perfect question.
Learning experience.
Well, that's the perfect question because it is a confusing thing, and especially like you're like, oh, this one gets +1/+1. This has +1. You know what I mean? So counters are permanent, right? Like they're on there until the creature's dead. Or if they get removed by a spell.
If the other creatures get 1/+1/+1,
once
then
Darien's
once he
gone,
dies,
that
they all go
gone.
down.
Right. So that's the distinct difference there. So yes. So it's confusing, but Magic's the most complicated game on Earth.
Apparently.
Elysian Carotid is a 1 and a green for a 1/1 plant, and you get to add a mana of any color. If you have a creature with power 4 or greater, you actually get to add 2 mana of any one color instead. So pretty nice. Pretty nice. The other ramp that Lady C was talking about, Ornithopter of Paradise. So it's just a little 0/2 Thopter, but it has flying, and you get to add 1 mana of any color when you tap it. Then Cultivate, best turn 3 or turn 2 if you can pull it off. Ramp spell, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, put one on the battlefield tapped, and the other one into your hand, then shuffle. So,
gotta have them. You gotta have that ramp.
Sorry we missed that earlier, because that kind of builds the whole thing, you know what I mean? But, whatever. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? Anyway, let's talk about some of the fun spells. So this is just extra stuff in there. Nothing crazy. Maybe it's crazy, but it's not like what I would call your super synergy spells or anything like that. We're just fun spells that are in here. Most of this deck is synergy, but there's some extra, just
These are fun.
Funness.
These are fun.
Lady C.
Druid's Deliverance, 1 and a green, instant, prevent all combat damage that we dealt to you this turn, populate.
So,
which means create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control.
So basically it's a fog, but then you get to add a token after, which is awesome. So
beautiful. Kaya's Onslaught for 2 and a white. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains double strike until end of turn, and you can foretell it for a single white. So yeah, that's nice, especially if you're under attack, under duress.
Yes.
You're confronted by robbers, 3 and a white. You have your choice of to stall for time, tap up to 3 target creatures, which that's incredible. Or you can call for aid and create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens.
Yep. And if you pair that up with Cathar's Crusade, you just
damn
unbelievable. Okay.
Damn.
Last couple of fun spells here. We got Captain's Call. It's a 3 and a white for a sorcery here. You're going to create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Pretty powerful in this deck. And then Wild Endeavor's pretty fun. You pay 4 and 2 greens, so 6 total. You're going to roll 2d4, choose 1 result. Create a number of 3/3 green beast creature tokens equal to that result. Then search your library for a number of basic land cards equal to the other result. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. So you get 2 values out of that.
2
out of that
values,
fun one
not
there.
just 1 value, 2 values.
No, just
2.
Pick number 3, my lord. So with all of that said, y'all, we gotta hear from the Celestials now. That is just the synopsis of said deck, and we are now opening up for the Q&A. We already got a couple of chats we need to get to, so let's take a peek here. We got up Nixless. Add Spike Weaver is the
Which one is Spike
the demand
Weaver?
here, and so we got to see what Spike Weaver is real quick. It's not ringing a bell, so we're gonna read it live on the air.
On live.
We'll do it live. So Spike Weaver, 2 and 2 green. You get a creature. It's a Spike is the creature, and so
It looks like a spider.
yeah, it's kind of cool. I wish I could put it up here, but it comes into play with 3 1/1 counters on it. So it's a 0/0, but it's going to come in with 3 1/1 counters. You pay 2. You can remove a 1/1 counter from Spike Weaver and put the 1/1 counter on a target creature. And then you can pay 1, remove a 1/1 counter from Spike Weaver, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. So
that could be a really good card.
very nice add. Yeah, I think that could get in there. Do we know how much Spike Weaver costs? Let's go to
It's a budget deck.
Yeah, it is budget.
Budget
Gotta keep it under a
friendly.
hundo. Gotta keep it under a hundo. $5 card or $3 to $5 is what it looks like for
Not bad.
for Spike Weaver. So there's some stuff that you could
find something to trade it out for.
Yeah, you could just put it in there and get that going. So and then as far as the next one here, and Halo Fountain is the extra ad here. I know this one because it came out in the new Capen set, and I can't remember 100% what it does, so I'm going to read it verbatim so I don't mess it up.
It's a pretty card. It's
pretty awesome.
So
it's
many
pretty
colors.
Awesome. The Halo Fountain. So for 2 and a white, you get an artifact here, and it's going to pay 1 and tap it. You can untap a tapped creature you control, create a 1/1 green-white citizen creature token. So very synergetic, as the word that we came up with earlier. And then you can pay 2, tap it, untap 2 tapped creatures you control, draw a card. So you get your card advantage. Then here's the fun one. You can pay 5 white, tap it, untap 15 tapped creatures you control, which is not far-fetched in a late game of this deck. You win the game. And that is a $3.25 card, so easily
a good ad for sure.
Would add this one in there. That seems like a no-brainer. So
for sure.
Yep. So yes, 100%. If you can you can fit Halo Found into the budget. I say do it.
I would recommend.
I say do it because that one's awesome, and then I also liked the Spike Weaver.
So this is fun. This is a fun deck because, well, first off, I love the creatures. I love my creatures. I like to bombard my opponents with creatures. I love the synergy between. I love the white green decks because I like I like the green power, and then I like the white it's not really control. I don't know, white just has I just like the element that white brings to
life
green.
gain
Pumps
the
it does have some control. It adds some control, some removal that you wouldn't necessarily have in a green deck, and I really appreciate that. But I love the way that this just lets you just get a gazillion creatures out there, token creatures, and you can pump them up or just pump up specific creatures. And I mean, if you have 20 creatures coming at somebody and they're all 2/2s, that
how you gonna stop that? You know? And then, like I said, if you get Cathar's Crusade out there and you're just adding creatures, these things are gonna be your 1/1 tokens with the Darien bump and the Discordian bump or something, maybe a Lesh Norn pump, and then the counters on it. I mean, you're talking about like 12/12s, just tokens coming at you.
Oh my god.
Pretty crazy. Bob Nixless coming in saying, True Conviction, also an option here. I have it pulled up. It is a 3 and 3 white, so 6 total for an enchantment. Creatures you control have double strike and life link. And this one is just a $2.81 card, so definitely a good budget ad for a super powerful enchantment if you want to go ahead and add that in there. Because, I mean, hello, double strike and lifelink for all of your creatures.
That's crazy.
And they're getting the pump from Darien and the things and the that and the this and that.
There's so many things that you can do.
I mean, it's just crazy, y'all. It's absolutely crazy.
And the thing I like about this deck, too, is that it's put in such a way that like all of the creatures bounce off of each other. They all have synergy. So it's not like, oh, if I've got to get this card and you've got it in your head that you got to get this card. They'll all work together.
Yep. That's the thing, is it just feels like no matter what you draw, and we haven't play tested it yet. That will happen at the after party. But it just feels like all of the cards just go together. You know what I mean? Like there's not really much gap. Really the only thing I feel that beats this deck would be just straight control, straight removal, multiple board wipes, which, hey, I'm not hating because like you'd get overwhelmed if you don't. But I would hate it because I like to win. Yeah, it wouldn't be fun for us necessarily, but I think even with a couple of board wipes.
But there's some protection in there.
Yeah, but if they say return, like if they played a Cyclonic Rift, right? Cyclonic Rift says return all opponents' creatures back to their hands. So it's not targeting something. You know what I mean? And so it's like You know what I mean? So like that won't work. But if someone says destroy all creatures, then hey, I can sack Darien, my things get indestructible, we're all good. That's all good, right? If they say, hey, we need to up to these target creatures, I need to get rid of them, or I'm going to exile this target creature. Hey, I can sack that, and my tokens are good, right? So
yeah.
So there's that. Op says, didn't realize that Sun Titan got so cheap. I think it's like a 70-cent card at this point now.
Nice.
We have Sun Titan in our Lulu deck, and it's, I believe, Sun Titan is...
They get reprinted.
I want to say it's like gains... You gain life when it enters, but I can't remember how much. It's like 30 cents at some places, but it's a 6/6 vigilance for a 4 and 2 white, so a 6 total. And whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may return a target permanent card with a converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this isn't the exact one I was thinking of. So pretty awesome. All right, we got one more from Ob here. Victor's Envoy is the suggestion here. So let's take a peek.
There's Envoy. What do we got? What does it do?
Oh yeah, so I know this one. So Victory's Envoy. It is a creature, so you pay 3 and 2 white, and it's a 3/3 human cleric. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control.
There you go.
That's
that's the kind of synergy that we need in this deck.
Yep. And that's super cheap too. It's a 25-cent card. You know what I mean? So Night Echo, what's going on? Anything to? We're actually going to be doing that after party. It looks like here in just a second. Night Echo, any suggestions? Any questions? Anything you want to throw out there?
This is your chance. This is your chance, because
the one and only chance.
One and only chance. Okay. So just to throw this back out there, this is our live pod stream for those who are coming on pod stream. Podcast that we're streaming. Yes, we're on Twitch. YouTube people, come follow us on Twitch so that you can catch our podcast live, so that you can be a part of the conversation and have fun. And then also join the after party, because we can play EDH in Untap and see how the deck plays in real life. And then also join our Discord. Links below to join the Discord. The link for the Twitch and the link for the Discord are below. We have an amazing community of Celestials that love to build decks. We love to play each other in Untap. We also do Arena. That's a pretty solid jam. But we've got all different. We've all different formats and all different backgrounds, power levels,
experience levels.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fun if you're really into building decks and playing Magic of any kind. Join the Discord.
That's the one.
Yes.
That's the one. And the link just hit in the Twitch chat as well. So if you're watching on Twitch, please join the Discord. Y'all, this was awesome.
This has been great. You've been beautiful and wonderful, and we're so happy to have had you with us.
We're about to move into the after party, and love to have you in there. So, y'all, we'll let the YouTube people get back to their day. Twitch fam, hope you're ready.
Hope you're ready to get it.
About to play test. We're about to have a good time. Anyway, till next time, Celestials. I am Strike Our Lighthearter.
I am Lady Celestria.
Together we are Celestial Strike. Twitch fam, we'll see you here in just a second. But for the rest of y'all, until next time.
Bye.
See y'all. Take it sleazy. Peace.